Did you forget to enable grading periods for your course and now you need them? This video is going to help you get out of that little mess right there. So first we're going to go to the course. I created a new one for this called Book Club. So let's jump into my Book Club course. And we're going to go into the gradebook so you can see how it's set up right now. When we go to activities, you can see that I went in and enabled grading periods and it popped all of them in period 1. But don't let that fool you. They're not really in period 1 until I deliberately save them there. That's kind of a trick right there. It's a default setting. So for every single one, excuse me, I have to go back to the editor. For every single one of my activities, I have to go into the edit button, click score, and save it to period 1. Okay, I have to deliberately hit save on every one of these. Deliberately hit save. Go to scores and save. And scores and save. I know this is time consuming. It's a little irritating. And we apologize if you didn't get the message to set up your grading periods in the first place. But the good news is you'll only have to do this for this 9 weeks because going forward, you'll have grading periods set up correctly. So I'm saving every one of these to period 1. And now this is my period 1 grade book. Since I enabled the task, I can go into gradebook and look at activities. Make sure you click on that filter button. That's what's going to show you this menu of drop downs. So when I click on period 2, there's nothing in it. When I click on period 1, everything is in it. So let's make sure this worked. We're going to go in and create a new activity for the second period. So we're just going to go in for a task or submission. It will be sample task 7, and we will assign it to period 2 and click save. See how many times I say save? Because that's very important. So now that task is saved. So let's go in the gradebook and make sure that it worked. We'll go into activities. And right now we can look at all periods. There's sample task 7. We can go into period 1. There's 1 through 5. And we can go into period 2. And there's 1 through 6. I must have forgotten to save sample task 6. And that's why it showed up here. Because if you don't hit the save button on every one of those tasks that you want to go into period 1, it will auto change to the one nearest it, which is period 2. So that's the mistake that will show up. So if I want sample task 6 to actually be in period 1, I have to go in and edit it now and pop it in there to make it period 1. So that is what will happen if you don't deliberately save all of the tasks that you want to be in the correct period. So let's check the gradebook again and see if I fix that. There we go. Period 2, 1 task in it. Period 1, all tasks are in it. And that is how you change the gradebook so that it reflects your course by period. So one more little thing here. When you do this, when you go into the student view, it's going to show the student how you weighted the grades. So if you, in your settings, have it set up to be 25% showing in each course, the student's grade on their course card is going to be 25. It's going to average it between period 1 and period 2. If you want them to only see period 2, you can change this to 0 and this one to 100, and then it will show them only the current period. But when you go to do your grades, you'll have to change these back to 25, 25, 25, 25. I know that's a little confusing and it's kind of a pain, and we have our development team on it, but for now, that's how it works. Thanks for hanging in there with us.